Good morning! Some of you expressed that you would like to see bubble content slideshow. Where the bubbles, you click the bubbles and the content goes and the bubble changes to the next bubble, then goes back to the first bubble and all that junk. Alright, I don't have a lot of time this morning to, or I won't have a lot of time in the next few days either to record an in-depth tutorial, so what I'm just going to do is give you guys the whole application and you can get in there and adapt it and change the style, the way it behaves and everything to your specific needs. This is the example application running. You'll see it starts at the first bubble and it automatically animates to the second bubble, animates to the third bubble. You can have as many bubbles as you want in there. And when it gets to the fourth bubble, it'll go back to the first bubble. So it kind of loops. And it also allows the user to click any bubble they want. So if I click the fourth bubble, I now have control over the bubble interface. Now you can make these bubbles any size that you want, any shape that you want, any color that you want. You can even put stuff inside the bubbles, like numbers, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C, D. But I like them empty, because it has more of that bubble feel when you have just a nice little tiny empty bubble. So I'm just going to give you the application for you to learn from and dissect and alter as you see fit. Now if you have any questions regarding how to change its functionality in any way, feel free to ask in the comments area for this video. Now myself and other viewers can answer your questions if we know what you're talking about. So don't be afraid to ask a question in the comments area if you fail to understand a certain thing that you want to change about it. And then we'll tell you how to go about changing it. Now all of the code that I used in building this application are concepts that we've already covered in past tutorials about JavaScript and CSS3 and animation and timing and looping and arrays. We've covered all this information. I didn't put any new mystery things in it that I haven't done tutorials for already. But if any of it confuses you, all you have to do is ask a question and someone will help you understand it. If not myself, then somebody else that's viewing the video that happens to know JavaScript real well, or CSS or whatever, they'll tell you the answer. So here you can see here's the HTML and here's the CSS, and don't worry, all of this code is going to be available under the video at developphp.com, and I'm going to put a link to that, the source code, in the video's description. So if you don't know where to get the source code from, just look in the video description under or next to the video and you'll see that there's a link to my site where you can just snatch all the code up. And here is the JavaScript. So you can inspect the JavaScript and inspect the CSS. You can alter any aspect of this application. You can also take this CSS and externalize it into a .css file. So that way your main document isn't cluttered with extra CSS. And you can also take all of this JavaScript and put it into an externalized .js file. That way it won't reside directly in your main document. You can just call it in. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys with it to dissect it and do whatever you want with it. Oh yeah, if you want to put in single quotes within these this content array, you could put in the single quote, but you'll see that it breaks your string. It'll break the syntax. So if you want to put it single quotes in that content, you can just backslash the single quotes and they'll go in no problem. And let's see, we also have the timing is set to 4 seconds, but you could change that to a 10. It'll be 10 seconds for each bubble. I'll just put it on 5. And there was one of you in particular yesterday that asked, Adam, I just went to adamkhoury.com and saw the new design. Before the new design you had 3 bubbles on the center page. In the old design, I'd appreciate a video on how to make such. So here's your video and here's the application that shows you how to make such. If you have any questions about it, you can just ask and we'll let you know. Okay everybody, bye bye. Enjoy making your bubbles.